Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Today is Tuesday, a beautiful day outside, but honestly, I am running on fumes right now. I've been covering this show for years, and sometimes I just have to sit back, rub my eyes, and ask myself what on earth the writers are doing to our favorite characters. Grab a huge cup of coffee or whatever you need because we have a massive, messy, emotional situation to unpack today, and I can't even believe what I just watched. Let's just dive right into the madness. So let's just get right into it. You guys know how incredibly stressed Steffy Forrester Finnegan has been lately. I mean, her entire world is basically on fire right now because of Hope Logan Spencer. Hope completely betrayed Forrester Creations, secretly signed a contract with Logan, and launched that ASAP fashion show that totally eclipsed Eric Forrester's highly anticipated return to haute couture. Steffy is in full-blown crisis management mode. She is furious. She is seeing red. Hope is officially her #1 enemy in the world right now. And honestly, can you blame her? The PR nightmare alone is enough to make anyone snap. But Steffy is carrying the weight of the entire Forrester legacy on her shoulders right now, and she is feeling the pressure from every single side. And so, in the middle of all this corporate chaos, Steffy probably just wanted a moment of peace. She probably just wanted to vent to her mother, because that's what you do, right? You go to your mom when the world is falling apart. But instead of finding a comforting shoulder to cry on, Steffy walks right into an absolute nightmare. She opens the door to Taylor Hayes' office, and what does she see? She sees Taylor and Deacon Sharp together, and not just talking. They are having a deeply passionate, romantic, heated moment right there in the office. I literally screamed at my screen. I mean, what was Taylor thinking? What were they both thinking? Let's just pause and think about this from Steffy's perspective for a second. Deacon Sharp is Hope's father. Hope is the woman who just stabbed Steffy and the entire Forrester family in the back. Hope is the woman who is actively trying to destroy Eric's legacy with her new Logan line. And here is Steffy's own mother making out with the father of her absolute worst enemy. It is a betrayal on a level that Steffy cannot even begin to process. Her brain must have just short-circuited right there in the doorway. But wait, because this is the bold and the beautiful, and things can never just be a normal level of messy. They have to be nuclear. They always have to go completely off the rails. Just as Steffy is standing there in absolute shock, her jaw on the floor, trying to comprehend why her mother is locking lips with Deacon Sharp. The door opens again, and who walks in? Sheila Carter. Yes, Sheila Carter. And Sheila doesn't just walk in and look surprised. Oh no? Sheila walks in with that signature, terrifying smirk on her face and drops a massive bomb. She looks right at Taylor and Steffy and boldly declares that she is Deacon's legal woman. She is his wife. She is the one who legally belongs with him. I can't. The audacity of Sheila Carter is truly something that needs to be studied in a lab. She has the nerve to just waltz in and stake her claim, completely ignoring the fact that she has terrorized this family for decades. She is literally blackmailing Taylor right now for access to Hayes, and she just strolls in acting like she owns the place and owns Deacon. So now you have this incredibly volatile mix of people in one room. You have Taylor, who looks like a deer caught in the headlights. You have Deacon, who is probably sweating bullets and wishing the floor would swallow him whole. You have Sheila, who is practically purring with evil delight, and you have Steffy. Steffy, who was already at her breaking point because of Hope. Steffy, who is now watching her mother get tangled up with Hope's father and the woman who literally shot her, and Finn in a dirty alleyway. And Steffy just absolutely loses it. I mean, she goes scorched earth. She looks at Taylor and she feels this deep, profound sense of betrayal. How could Taylor do this? How could she get involved with Deacon right now, of all times? Does she not care about what Hope is doing to their family? Does she not care that Deacon comes with the ultimate toxic baggage that is Sheila Carter? Steffy issues an ultimatum, and let me tell you, it is one of the most brutal, cold-blooded ultimatums I have ever seen on the show. It was chilling. It really, really was. Steffy looks her mother dead in the eye and tells her that she has to end this relationship with Deacon immediately, not tomorrow. Not next week, right now. And if Taylor refuses, if Taylor decides to follow her heart and stay with Deacon, Steffy says she will ban Taylor from ever seeing her grandchildren again. No more Hayes, no more Kelly. Taylor will be completely cut off from the family forever. Okay, let's just take a deep breath here, because wow, that is dark. I know Steffy is stressed. I know she is trying to protect her family. But using children as a weapon, threatening to cut a grandmother off from her grandkids just because you don't like who she is dating, that is crossing a major, major line. Maybe I'm being too harsh on Steffy. I mean, Deacon is tied to Sheila, and Sheila is a literal monster. So maybe Steffy is just trying to protect the kids from Sheila's orbit. Okay, that sounded dramatic, but you get what I mean. If Deacon is around, Sheila is around, and Steffy cannot have Sheila anywhere near Hayes or Kelly. But still, the way Steffy delivered that ultimatum, it wasn't just about safety, it was about control. It was about punishing Taylor for sleeping with the enemy. And this is where the episode got really, really interesting for me. Because we get to see Taylor's internal reaction to this horrific threat. Taylor is standing there, facing this impossible, cruel choice. On one hand, she has finally found some happiness. She has this late-in life love with Deacon. And honestly, Taylor deserves some happiness. She has spent her entire adult life pining after Ridge, only to have her heart broken over and over and over again. Deacon actually makes her smile. He makes her feel wanted. He chooses her. But on the other hand, she has her daughter, and she has her grandchildren. Taylor's entire identity is wrapped up in being a mother and a grandmother. She cannot lose Hayes and Kelly. The thought of being exiled from her own family is too much to bear. But as Taylor is looking at Steffy, as she is listening to her own daughter threaten her with this cruel, dictatorial ultimatum, something clicks in Taylor's brain. A realization washes over her, and you can see it written all over her face. Taylor realizes that Steffy has become exactly like her grandmother. Steffy has become the new Stephanie Forrester. And oh my God, the history there. The fans on social media have been saying this for months, but to see the show actually acknowledge it, it's huge. If you guys have been watching this show for a while, you remember Stephanie Forrester. She was the ultimate matriarch. She ruled the Forrester family with an iron fist. She decided who was allowed in the family and who was cast out. She used money, power, and access to children as weapons to control everyone around her. She was dictatorial, she was controlling, and she was absolutely ruthless when she felt her family was threatened. And now Steffy is doing the exact same thing. She is standing in that office, dictating who her mother is allowed to love, and using her own children as leverage to force compliance. It is a heartbreaking realization for Taylor. To see her strong, independent daughter turn into this controlling matriarch. To realize that the cycle of toxic Forrester behavior is just continuing with a completely new generation. And honestly, I have to agree with Taylor. Steffy has been spiraling out of control lately. She is so obsessed with protecting the company and destroying Hope that she is losing her humanity in the process. She is alienating everyone around her. She is pushing people away. What were the writers thinking? Are they intentionally making Steffy unlikable right now? Because it's working. I mean, I love Steffy. I really do. She's a fierce, amazing character, but right now, she is acting like a tyrant. Let's zoom out for a second and talk about the bigger pattern here. This isn't just about one argument in an office. This is about the fundamental shift in the power dynamics of the Forrester family. For years, Eric was the patriarch and Stephanie was the matriarch. When Stephanie died, there was this massive void. Brooke tried to fill it, Quinn tried to fill it, even Taylor tried to step up at times. But nobody ever really had that same ruthless, ironclad grip on the family that Stephanie had. Until now. Steffi is officially taking the throne, and she is doing it with a level of aggression that honestly scares me a little bit. Think about everything Steffi has done recently. She tried to force Hope to end her leave of absence immediately, setting traps and making demands. She went into full panic mode trying to crush the Logan fashion show. She has been barking orders at everyone at Forrester Creations, acting like she is the sole savior of the company. And now she is applying that same corporate ruthlessness to her personal life. She is treating her mother like an insubordinate employee who needs to be disciplined. Break up with Deacon, or you're fired from being a grandmother. That is literally how she sounded. And the sad part is, I don't think Steffi even sees how much damage she is doing. She thinks she is the hero of this story. She thinks she is the only one who sees the threats clearly. She looks at Hope and sees a traitor. She looks at Deacon and sees a loser tied to a psychopath. She looks at Taylor and sees a weak woman who needs to be protected from her own bad choices. But Steffi isn't protecting anyone. She is just isolating herself. She is building a fortress around herself and her kids, and she is standing at the gate with a loaded weapon, ready to shoot anyone who steps out of line. And what about Sheila? We really need to talk more about Sheila's role in this specific scene. Because the timing of her walking into that office was just perfect. We know Sheila is manipulative. We know she has been looking for a way to drive a wedge between Deacon and Taylor. Did she follow Steffi? Did she know Steffi was heading to Taylor's office? And she intentionally timed her entrance to cause the maximum amount of chaos. Honestly, I wouldn't put it past her. Sheila is a master chess player when it comes to ruining people's lives. She knew that if Steffi saw her and Deacon and Taylor all in the same room, Steffi's head would literally explode. Sheila used Steffi's rage as a weapon to attack Taylor. It was brilliant, in a deeply twisted, evil kind of way. Sheila just stood there, claiming she is the legal woman. I mean, the absolute nerve. She is literally holding Deacon's divorce papers hostage, refusing to sign them unless she gets supervised visitation with Hayes. She is blackmailing the entire family, and at the same time, she is acting like she has some moral high ground when it comes to Deacon's heart. And Deacon, my God, Deacon, he just stood there. He didn't defend Taylor the way he should have. He didn't throw Sheila out of the office. He just looked like a deer caught in the headlights of a massive, oncoming truck. If Deacon really loves Taylor, he needs to step up. He needs to figure out a way to neutralize Sheila once and for all, and he needs to prove to Steffi that he is not a threat. But how can he? He is Hope's father, and right now, the name Hope Logan is basically a curse word in the Forrester family. The fallout from this is going to be epic. I can already see the next few weeks playing out. Taylor is going to cry. She is going to agonize over this decision. She might even try to sneak around and see Deacon in secret, which will inevitably blow up in her face when Steffi finds out, because Steffi always finds out. And when Steffi finds out that her mother defied her, oh, it is going to be ugly. We might actually see Steffi call security on her own mother. We might see her legally try to ban Taylor from the Cliff House. The level of toxicity is just off the charts. I just feel so bad for Taylor. She has given up so much for her children over the years. She has always put Steffi and Thomas first. And now, in the twilight of her life, when she finally finds a little bit of romance, a little bit of spark with someone who actually prioritizes her, her own daughter is ripping it away. It's tragic. It really is. And the fact that Taylor recognizes the ghost of Stephanie Forrester living inside her daughter just makes it that much more heartbreaking. Taylor fought against Stephanie's control for decades. And now she has to fight against her own daughter's control. It's a vicious cycle, you guys. A vicious, never-ending cycle of Forrester family dysfunction. And I am sitting here, typing this out, just shaking my head at the sheer madness of it all. I want to know what you guys think. Is Steffi justified in giving Taylor this ultimatum? I mean, Sheila is dangerous, so maybe Steffi has a point about keeping Deacon away. But banning a grandmother from her grandkids? That feels so cold. And what should Taylor do? Should she fight for her happiness with Deacon, or should she sacrifice her love life to keep her family intact? Drop your thoughts in the comments below, because I really need to talk this out with people who understand this show. The writers are really pushing these characters to the absolute limit right now, and I am here for the drama, but man, it is exhausting to watch. I'm going to go try to process this and maybe watch some classic episodes where people actually liked each other. Just kidding. This is B and B. Nobody ever likes each other for long.